Hi everyone, welcome for today's lesson for GCrew Education. So we're going to be doing Social Studies 6 for GCrew Education. So this is going to be exciting. We're going to learn about investigating the past. So for TCI, we're going to do History Live of the Ancient World. We're going to do page 4 to 11. Well, 4 doesn't have any words though. How do social scientists interpret the past? Welcome to the world of ancient history. Studying history involves investigating what happened in the past and why. Ancient history concerns the distant past, from the earliest humans to the first great civilizations. How can we learn about events that happened so long ago? People who study history are a lot like detectives conducting an investigation. They ask a question, study evidence for clues, and form hypotheses, which are educated guesses. Our investigation of the ancient past starts near the very beginning of human history. What was life like long ago? Long ago. One amazing clue about life long ago was discovered at Lascaux, France, by four teenagers. On September 12, 1940, the boys found a cave, covering the walls and ceiling of the cave were what happened to be very old paintings of animals. Some of the figures look similar to modern day animals, such as horses or bulls. Who had created these large paintings? When they were composed? And what do they mean? How would you solve a mystery like this one? The clues are centuries old and the witnesses are long gone. You might need the help of an expert detective, but who would that be? In this lesson, you'll meet three kinds of experts who studied the past. You'll discover how they analyze and interpret clues left throughout history. Then you will learn about some fascinating examples of cave art to see what this evidence can teach us about life long ago. And this is the reason why the picture was empty. Scholars study cave paintings like this one found in Lascaux, France, to learn how humans lived long ago and study clues about their cultures. Detectives who study the past. Scholars who study human society are called social scientists. Many social scientists can help us study the past. Among these history detectives are archaeologists, historians, and geographers. Which, by the way, an archaeologist is an expert who studies the past by examining objects that people left behind. A historian is an expert who studies and records the past. And a geographer is an expert who studies and creates maps of Earth's natural and human made features. So, time to go over archaeologists. Archaeologists study the past by examining objects or artifacts that people have left behind. These artifacts, which by the way, artifact is an object made by people, made or used by people in the past, or anything made or used by humans, such as clothing, tools, weapons, and coins. When archaeologists discover a place that has artifacts, they ask questions like these: who lived in this place? When did they live here? What were they like? Then archaeologists studied the artifact for clues. Historians, they record the past. Historians are recorders of the past. Human beings have been around for such a long time that historians tend to focus mostly on the last few thousand years. When people began leaving written records, historians want to answer this question: what happened in the past? To find out, they study all kinds of artifacts and documents. They read diaries and letters. Besides asking what happened in the past, historians try to understand why events happened the way they did. Archaeologists use tools to delicately retrieve artifacts, which give them clues about the past. A grid system is often used to organize where on a site each artifact is used. And geographers study the natural features of Earth, such as water, landforms, plants, and animals. They also look at human made features such as towns, roads, bridges, and dams. These scientists help us answer such questions as where did people live? How did they use their environment to survive? Geographers often create maps to show what they have learned. Social scientists who study prehistoric history face a unique challenge: a lack of evidence from this period. In fact, huge gaps of this time have no evidence at all. Therefore, scientists may come up with different answers or theories about how humans came to be. Cave paintings, like those at Lascaux, France, provide clues about what life was like in prehistoric times before writing was invented. Caves with paintings that are thousands of years old have been discovered all over the world. Some paintings show what kinds of animals roamed the earth and what methods people used to hunt them. Often, the paintings provide hints about people's beliefs. Many of the rooms decorated with paintings are deep inside the caves. Scientists believe that cave artists used torches to work in these dark places. Some paintings are very large in size and taller than a person's height. Some paintings are found on high ceilings. Scientists guess that prehistoric artists built scaffolding or planks raised above the floor to reach the highest places. Caves have also provided information in the form of artifacts. Scientists have found lamps for burning animal fat and tools for painting and engraving. Cave paintings and artifacts are amazing treasures that can help answer many questions about how humans lived in ancient times. But as you will see, these treasures also raise new questions for scientists to puzzle over. Also, cave painters developed a variety of methods for applying paint to walls of a cave. This image shows a number of these techniques. This painting found inside of a cave at the Bhimbetka rock shelters in India. It was painted between 4,000 and about 10,000 years ago. The painting shows a scene from a hunt in which men are riding on the backs of animals holding a weapon. This weapon is on a spear, which was typically hurled with a spear thrower. The animals resemble a horse or similar species. The legs of the animals make them appear in motion. The paintings of humans are less common in cave art. Notice simple drawing of the men, each in the same body position. The animals are much more realistic with their ears and tails. Many social scientists believe this painting was created as part of a hunting ritual, which ritual is relating to a ceremony, such as a religious ceremony. The artist may have been asking for a successful hunt. It is also possible that the painting is a record of an actual event, or it may simply be a decoration. This hunting scene possibly shows items used in special ceremonies. Notice the weaponry the hunters are holding. This painting found at Lascaux was created more than 17,000 years ago. It shows many prehistoric animals such as bulls, elk, and horses, but the public cannot view all of these animals at Lascaux. Parts of the cave have been closed in order to protect the art. The painters used the cave's uneven walls as part of composition. In the bottom left of the image, a ledge juts out from the wall. The artist painted the bulls to look as though they were standing on top of it. Scientists have many ideas about why animal paintings were created, such as that the artists were trying to capture the magical powers of certain animals. Our theory is that the painters believed in the spirit world and were creating arts to honor or influence their gods. Some scientists speculate that caves were places of worship and that paintings were used in rituals or ceremonies. And for cave paintings of shapes and handprints, this painting is in a cave in Argentina, South America. It shows a particular shape, multiple animals, and several handprints. Paintings of shapes and handprints are fairly common in cave art. Many scientists believe that handprints were a way for artists to sign their paintings. Some scientists think that geometric shapes had special meanings and rituals. Researchers tried seeing inside one of these painted caves in France. They discovered that the sound was loudest in the painted areas, and therefore guessed those areas were used for special gatherings. The handprints seen in this cave painting are very small. Prehistoric people were probably smaller in size than people are today. In prehistoric times, spears were often lodged inside a spear thrower, which would release a weapon faster than when normally thrown. This image shows the top of a spear thrower that's broken away from the rest of its device. Found in France, it was made from a reindeer antler bone about 15,000 years ago. It now measures about 12.4 centimeters long, but would be much longer if it was fully intact. This spear thrower top depicts a mammoth. The artist engraved or carved uh, um, the eyes and legs show details in the animal. The artist must have cared a great deal about decorating this important hunting tool. Some scientists believe that the artist created the mammoth as decoration for a spear thrower, but the artist may have been a good luck charm to protect the hunter or make him or her more successful. It also could have some relation to the hunter's name or even a way of identifying the clan that the hunter belonged to. This sculpture of a mammoth is the only known spear thrower to have holes for eyes. Historians believe that this shows an advance in prehistoric tools and a very skilled artist. This clay sculpture of a bison was found in a low room deep inside a cave in France. It was made about 10,000 to 14,000 years ago and measures about 24 inches in length. The artist sculpted it from gold-colored clay. Carved lines show details such as the animal's face, coat markings, and the fringe of fur below its powerful neck. Scientists have two main ideas about why this sculpture was created. One of which is that the sculpture was meant to show that the cave belonged to a certain clan. The other idea is that the sculpture was used in an important ceremony held deep inside the cave. Perhaps it was a coming of age ceremony to show that a person passed from childhood to adulthood. One clue that supports this idea is the footprints of young people that have been found near the sculpture. This clay sculpture may offer clues about the people who made it and why. Historians suggest that it was a significant part of a coming of age ceremony. Prehistoric tools included engraving tools, grinding stones, and scrapers. Scientists studied tools like these and tried to guess how they were used. For example, scientists believe that cave artists made paintings by grinding colored minerals into powder on grinding stones. The artists then probably mixed the powder with animal fat or vegetable oil to create various colors. When the artists wanted to include the color white in their paintings, they used scrapers to remove the top layer of rock to reveal a white layer. You've already seen how prehistoric artists engraved some of their art. For painting, they may have used brushes made from moss, fur, or human hair. They may even have blown paint through hollow tubes to create softer textures, such as shaggy winter coats on horses. Cave artists used tools made of sharpened stones to grind minerals for paints. Other stone tools were also used to sculpt and engrave objects and cave walls. And that wraps up today's lesson about investigating the past. We mostly learned about cave art and how it worked. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson and see you in the next one. Bye.